Investment banking, the way I see it is is a profession or a career or an industry that helps companies grow and become more successful than they are today. You have companies that are extremely healthy, who still need financial advice or capital to either grow, to either launch new products, or to even acquire other companies. Then you have companies that are not so healthy and they need advice to either sell themselves or other strategic alternatives. So investment banking is at the core of that. It's people who are very talented in certain sectors, and they can give you strategic advice as well as financial advice, and also provide you with those financial resources that can help your company go to that next level. In my opinion, it's the most amazing experience as a professional, as a young professional coming out of college. You learn a ton, right? There's no other industry that I've worked in. I did consulting for a bit, I did engineering for a bit, and I have a lot of friends in all the other professions, and nothing wrong with them. But the amount of stuff you learn from technical point of view, qualitative, quantitative, all of that combined, client interaction, investment banking really teaches you a lot more, and it gives you a lot more potential and the opportunity. There's two things I would say. Qualitatively, you meet, clients. Clients could be anyone from junior level, corporate dev people to CEOs, and just how do you interact with them? How do they think? You learn from that opportunity you get, or when you're flying with them, right? All those things you can't have in a different industry, right? On the quantitative side, you have things like modeling, using Excel, and not just using basic Excel, which you learn in school, but really learning how to use it to identify value through functions and equations and models, right? Same time being super good and super fast in doing multiple things at the same time. So not just being a multitasker, but a fast, efficient multitasker. How do you use resources and leverage those? So it teaches you all those things from qualitative to quantitative, and then you can take that, either stay in investment banking or go to any industry, and you have all the tools or trades you need to become a successful professional. The technical skills that you'll need to become an investment banker are, as forth. Accounting is core to it. Accounting is something that is the daily, business of all investment banks or investment bankers, because they need to understand. But you don't need to understand super complicated accounting. You need to understand the basic accounting and financial statement analysis. At the same time, you need to be very proficient with Microsoft Office Suite. A lot of the work that's done, 90% of it, is in either Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. And knowing how to use those tools, use them fast enough, is extremely, extremely crucial. At the same time, knowing finance and valuation. So knowing modeling, such as DCF, LBOs, creating a merger model, credit models, all those ideas, from the technical point of view, are very important, and you learn in class, but you'll be doing that on a daily basis once you start. Finally, I think, having the understanding of, having a mindset of an investor, for companies is important. And that's kind of in the middle of technical skills and qualitative skills. And the only way you can learn that as you do the job. So you truly understand, what does this number mean? What does it mean for a company which is this old and it's growing at this rate? How does that relate to other companies? So having that bigger picture is another technical skill that you will learn on the job. I think in investment banking it is very important from a client standing point of view. The way business is won is once you know the clients and you have a good relationship with them, then obviously you'll have a foot in the door, and that comes down to friends in a way. When we do things in our personal life, we do them for our friends before we do them for a stranger. So that's the whole thing, who you know aspect. So once it comes to business, your friends, if you're a good relationship person, you can build friends which are clients and have them in the inner circle, and then obviously the deals flow that way. So I think it's very important. On the aspect of breaking into investment banking and knowing people, crucial, extremely important. I mean, you can do all you can and have a great GPA and a solid resume and a good experience, but if you don't have someone who can help you open the door to the firm, then you're gonna have issues, and it'll be much harder. So once you spend time on your GPA and also on your extracurriculars and all that, also spend time on networking, so you can have those gatekeepers who are always willing to see the talent in you and bring you in. So knowing the people matters a lot. Investment banking on its own is crucial. I think it is core to the success of not just businesses, but economies. The way I see it is, you have investment banks which help companies grow. That's the basic point of it. You could have very successful companies who need, let's just say more financial, capital to go to the next level. Or you might have little unhealthy companies who might need capital or advice or strategic advice to either, cleanse away a part or add another, part of the firm. So having that aspect and taking companies to the next level is what investment banks will provide and will always provide. And you will need people like that who have that technical background and advice and strategic insight in helping your company go to the next level. At the same time, in terms of investment banking workshops and the talent that goes in it, I think it'll definitely be here for a long time. Students today, should be applying to investment banks, and our opportunity is that we're teaching all these kids amazing techniques and skills so they can break into these professions. And if they can, then they can be part of that equation, part of that spectrum, which is helping companies grow and being part of the bigger picture. The way I think people grow is, first of all, is, the people that I've met in investment banking and the kind of work they do and how they can do it in such a short period of time, similar to anyone else in a different industry. That's growing in terms of skill set. And one of the bottom lines, one of the most basic concepts of that is making things happen, right? One of the examples, one of the analysts, sometimes, let's just say, is asked that, hey, we need you to fly to New York tonight, get this done, then fly back to Chicago, get that done, and then you got to fly back tomorrow at some time, as soon as possible. So to most people, it just seems impossible to even think about that. But in investment banking, the way the industry works is you are made to find ways to get things done. So that is growing in a way, because if you, let's just say, leave investment banking or even stay in it or start your own company, and someone says, hey, we're going to start selling this product in China, you're never going to be like, oh, that's impossible. Because to you, because you've gone through investment banking, you've seen how to make it happen, you can make that happen in any area, in any region, in any way. Because you're not just going to accept that it's not possible. If someone says, I need 500 copies of this in 2 hours, right? And these are books, 60-page books, you'll make it happen. You'll call people, you'll call multiple people, you'll do it in-house, outside, outsource, whatever way you can, but you will find a way. And that, I think, that training, which adds skill sets to it, technical and other, is something that I think no other profession can teach you, because time is part of the equation here.